Greatest Existence of Isaac Newton by Carmen II, 2R from Fully Online Program Number 1 ITO. So what is the scientific revolution all about? Scientific revolution is a transformation on how we see the world and how we are changing the world. Basically, scientific revolution reflects our works and vision of our own world. It is all about the progress of modernization and studies of making our world more efficient and high technology. A great example of scientific revolution is how the airplanes was invented to fly. Who were the key figures in the revolution? Isaac Newton is a great scientist and philosopher. He is the one who teaches us about gravity. He studies on how we stay in the surface of the earth. Newton invented the law of inertia. This law studies on how certain things move. Example, an aircraft moves by using thrust, it flies using lift, it lands using its weight, and it slows down using drag. How did the revolution advance modern science and scientific thinking at the same time? Education is one of the facts that revolution advances our modern science. It gives us an opportunity to think and experiment some new possible inventions that might help our modern world. The revolution advances our science by learning what we are the possible things we can do to modernize our world to time. It took many years and decades of progress to reach our modern world. Revolution impacts our scientific thinking by giving us a lot of ideas. What controversies met the revolution? Controversies of Newton's study about gravity. When it comes to science, before people believes you, it has to have evidence first. So, criticism is part of the revolution of the modern science. Science is a wide study subject that we can learn how our world works and how our mind works. We learn, we act, and we do mistakes. How has the contribution of the key figure impacted society in general? What are the practical applications today of the key figure's contribution to science? Isaac Newton contributes as a great study about gravity. We learn how to create things that within our safety measures. Because of him, we can invent a lot of engineering designs that can be used in our modern world. We are building a lot of vehicles, houses, and objects we are using right now. He has a big contribution in our daily lives. We are able to do everything safely. An aircraft can fly, land, taxi, and park. We can travel all over the world. In short, science gives us confusion and curiosity that everything we can see. How airplanes relates to law of inertia. Airplanes have four forces of flight. Weight, it helps the plane to land and descend. Thrust, it helps the plane to move. Lift, it helps the plane to climb to a certain altitude and glide. And drag, it helps the plane to slow down. How airplanes relates to gravity. By studying the principles of gravity, we can create plans on how we can travel all over the world by saving time, fuel, and money, just like flight plans. In flight plans, we are able to choose which waypoints we are able to fly. Flight plans give us an option to fly shorter routes due to the shape of Earth. Some flight plans are required to fly all over off to the north to make the flight shorter. Science in our modern world. Science our curiosity. When we are discovering new things, we got curious about it. Science gave us the chance to study and try to invent something with our own discretion. Basically, science is part of our life. Without our scientists, how can we live and change our world? How can we achieve things if we don't have our inventors? Science is great because we are able to understand our world. It is also connected in our daily lives. What Isaac Newton's did is a great example of curiosity. He was sitting and an apple fell on him. He got curious on how things fall. He studies about it and he discovered the gravity.